What is up, guys? JaretCampisi. Welcome back to the channel. Oh my god, if you missed my last video, I am on my brand new 2020 Ducati Streetfighter V4S, and I'm so excited to announce this is the next bike we will be customizing and giving away. This is also the first time we're ever going to be doing two bikes at the same time. I'm going to be doing this alongside our Carbon S1000RR. And the way that it's going to work is if you support on Patreon and I put up a Carbon S1000RR video, you'll be entered towards that bike. And if I put up a Street Fighter video, you'll be entered towards this bike. We are planning to finish the Carbon S1000RR next month, and then we'll be giving it away shortly after that. And then it'll be just the Street Fighter. This thing is so much fun, guys. So on my last bike, on my last video, when I purchased this bike, a lot of people were asking me how I'm able to afford these bikes and how I'm able to give them away. And we're able to do that through our website called Patreon, and they're basically just community funded builds. People donate to help support the projects, and then they're entered to win them when we're done. That's how it works. Super, super simple, super straightforward. If you're interested in signing up, helping to support the projects, and being entered to win incredible dream motorcycles like this one right here, head on over to the Patreon page. It's patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always linked in the description below. Today I'm heading back over to Santa Barbara Ducati to do some more work on our Carbon S1000RR. We're going to be finishing up the clip-ons, redoing the entire front brake setup with all parts supplied by Manny from Moto Million. He's going to be also signing on to work with us on our custom Street Fighter. We've already got parts on the way. It's a very, very exciting time for me here on this channel, guys. Something I've been waiting for a long time, and god, this bike is so much fun, guys. Oh, I absolutely freaking love it. So yeah, that's what's going on. Oh, also Alex the painter is dropping off a lot of the painted parts for the S1000RR, so we're gonna get a first look of those parts today, and I can tell you guys, I saw pictures. It's gonna be fucking incredible. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. All right, just arrived at Ducati of Santa Barbara. God, everybody was out here checking this thing out, asking me about it. Such a freaking epic bike. So there it is, little brother, big brother, the fully fared version. This, literally, this bike, guys, this bike right here is this bike, but naked with a different tune and different bars. Slightly different foot peg position, but I mean, it's basically, it's this. Just to give you an idea, 214 horsepower, 208 horsepower. I mean, it's like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We're always cleaning up in here, and then we'll get started. This is a really cool monster that's down here too. Check this thing out. I still love the monsters, man. I think these bikes look super cool when they're done upright. That looks really nice. I think they put the Termi on there, so that's freaking beautiful as well. I've always had a thing for red and white together. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that thing. Woo-wee! 80 degrees outside today. It doesn't get any better, boys. So guys, remember how I said they're redoing the inside of the shop? Look at how epic this looks. So they actually, when they took down a lot of the walls, they found that there's stone underneath it. So they're gonna maybe sandblast the stone. They're gonna leave the raw materials out. They're gonna leave all of the wood exposed and probably sandblast that as well. Look how much bigger this is in here, and then they're gonna do a whole grand reopening, probably alongside me giving the BMW away. We'll have the Street Fighter here, the Corvette C8 here. We'll have everybody invited to come down and hang out once the coronavirus is all done and we're all open back up again. I wanna get like 100, 200 people to come hang out, bring all their bikes. It'll be freaking amazing, folks. Okay, so the last episode, in case you missed it, we put on new clip-ons from Gillies, and they look absolutely gorgeous. Took a long time, it was very tedious. If you're interested on how that went, check out, go back a couple videos and check that out. Today we're gonna be doing the Brembo Massa 17 RCS Corsa Corta from Brembo, along with the Rizoma Reservoir, and then we'll put on the brake cover, and that will be ready for the bar end mirror as well. I don't run mirrors, so that'll be for the new owner, but also be using clear tubing, and then we have a lever for the other side as well. Again, we got all this stuff through Manny at Moto Million. You can use code Campisi to save yourself some money and support local business. He's out of Miami, Florida. Well, I don't say local, but you know, U.S. business. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. First order of business, I believe he's gonna put the lever into the perch here for the clutch side. I love how the lever comes with this little saying here, telling you not to over tighten it. Rory goes, basically, don't be an idiot.
Don't be a fuckwit.
Don't be a fuckwit. All right, so Manny sent this lever over, and look at that. It works with all the stock stuff. So that is freaking perfect, dude. So actually, I was just asking Rory what those switches were for, and he said it was a clutch switch, and that's so you can do what?
You'll start the bike. You can start the bike in gear, and it's a safety thing. But it also tells the bike to go to idle.
Ah.
It's one of those things when you get a running issue, it's hard to diagnose, and sometimes it's a clutch switch that doesn't know.
Interesting. Cool.
And the new bikes do a whole bunch of crazy shit just
Did
with the switch.
not know that. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Alright, he was just plugging in the cord back there and into the clutch there, and I was like, what's that for? And he's like, that's for the switch that we just talked about, Jared. He calls me Zoolander. Oh god, it's not inaccurate, I'll tell you that much. So, attaching it to the bar right now, and then we can do adjustment and stuff later. So on my last video, guys, people were complaining about how I was breaking in the Streetfighter. Rory goes, did you ride it at constant RPMs? Remember how I said I didn't want to go on the highway because of that? I said, no, absolutely not. And he goes, yep, then you're fine, mate. He goes, nothing else matters.
Well, standing here in Ducati, I meant to say...
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
follow the recommended factory break-in. Don't go over 6,000 RPMs for the first 1,500 miles.
Exactly.
So that's what we're gonna do.
If you can look down the
yeah,
dashboard,
stare at the dashboard the whole time. Don't go over 6,000; it'll literally explode and you'll die. And then reattaching the clutch at the bottom here with Rory's famous granny pliers. He calls them that because they don't have any teeth. Sorry, Grandma. Okay.
53s.
53. Is that millimeters?
Yes. 53.
So what we're doing is measuring, that's a bug by the way, he didn't scratch it. We're measuring where the turn signals are gonna go. I wanna get the NRC ones that clip on like we use for the XD-Oval. So Manny told me to measure them and he's gonna get those sent out for me too. 53, perfect. Okay, clutch is attached and adjusted. It feels absolutely incredible. You really only use this in first gear anyway, starting and stopping now, since all the quick shifters. But it's still nice to have a clutch that feels really good. Okay, so attaching the Brembo Master. Rory was saying he likes to do the banjo bolt when it's off the bike because it's a lot easier to get the threads to line up properly. And he said brakes are always under tension, so it's just better to not even put them under more tension and kind of screw it up. So he's gonna attach it like that, get it started, then put the old perch on the bike, and then we can continue on with assembly.
It's really, really, really easy to cross it. And it's just better like this for me.
There you go, guys. Tips from Uncle Rory. Okay, attaching the Brembo Master right now. He's figuring out where he wants to put it because he doesn't want to jump all over the wires down there. So that looks pretty dang good right there.
We're limited there.
That thing looks so nice. So since Rory's cruising through all of this today, we're gonna actually go ahead and attach the new Brembo calipers that we got through Manny at Moto Million. These are the M50 monoblock calipers, and they're one of the most popular and recommended calipers because they're pretty affordable and they're some of the best ones out there. And these are supposed to be recommended to be paired with the RCS 17 Master Corsa Corta, which is what Manny sent us. So this is gonna be a hell of a brake setup when we're done, folks. Okay, so we're attaching the new lever on this side, and again, he gave us these so that they have, see how this one has, goes through, the air goes through for more aerodynamic, and actually it's lighter as well. He gave us another one. Oh, that's perfect, look at that. Boom, folks. Freaking badass. This is an epic setup right here, guys. With the steel braided lines, this brake setup's gonna be really, really nice. And because the stock calipers have been having leaking issues, I highly recommend if you have an S1000RR doing this setup right here. It's not stupid expensive, but it'll greatly help your braking power and your braking life, because you definitely don't want to be leaking brake fluid out of your brake calipers. Okay, working on the reservoir stuff right now. Rory just put some Loctite on there. He put blue on. He said these rattle around a lot. So
they come loose.
You don't want your brake reservoir flying off while you're riding. So we'll have to play around with this where we want it to look.
You've just been talking about which fucking way it's going to go.
I know. We don't know which is the front, which is the back, which is the side. I think what we'll do is we'll let the core dictate where that, because
that's going to come out this side.
Yeah, so we want the core to be nice, not kinked or anything like that. So. Okay, so we got everything attached here. We're figuring out where we want the reservoir to be. He got it slightly higher than the bleeder right there, and that's the little tubing we're going to use. Look at that. That is perfect. We got it as low as possible so it'll clear the fairing. Won't be in my face when I'm tucking.
We were thinking.
That is incredible. Good job, man. And then another tip, guys, that Rory just mentioned is you put all the tubing on first, before you attach this. That way you can make sure the tubing seats all the way down and you're good to go. So now we're gonna attach this to the triple tree, and then we'll be good to do the calipers and then add some brake fluid in there. So there you go, guys. That's gonna be the placement right there. We just leveled it off. Look at how beautiful that thing looks. That is attention to detail, folks. Rory's the man. This kind of stuff, like, getting the little things right. That's what it's all about, guys. That is freaking sick. And then the one last little touch here from Rory. Manny sent these over. These are the standard ones that you use. An Oticon? Oticor clamp. But he said these are bits to get on and off, and sometimes they can puncture the tubing as well. So what Rory does is he just uses tiny little zip ties, and then you can always remove them if you ever need to fix this, if you're getting bubbles or anything like that. And look at that, you can't even freaking see them. And that tubing is going nowhere. All right, next thing we're doing is removing the stock calipers and unhooking the brake lines, and then we can start swapping on the new Brembo monoblock calipers. And I think just like that, this bad boy should be coming right off. There it goes. Trying to keep the brake fluids from coming out. Nice. So originally Manny was going to send me black ones in the Brembo monoblock, but unfortunately they stopped shipping them, and he happened to have these in the warehouse, so we're going to go with these. Ideally it would have been nice to have it black, but this is still going to look really good too. I told Rory I was hungry, guys. Look at the apple he handed me. Here, have an apple, Jaret. It's the smallest apple I've ever seen. Okay, so the next thing that we have to do for these calipers, if you look at this hole, it's actually a little bit wider than this hole, so we have to remove the spacers. We already took one out. Next we're going to take the top one out. He's using an extractor bolt. He said it's a left-handed bit. Yeah. So basically he's going to screw it on in here and then slowly screw it out, and that's how you get that thing out of there. I've never seen something like this before. I think it's super cool. I like calling it an extractor bolt. Or a bit, if that's what it is. Yeah. It's like something like from a movie, you know, extracting someone that's behind enemy lines. It's pretty much the same thing. All right, so Alex just arrived. He just dropped off the painted parts. They look incredible. I'll show you those to you in 1 second. But he wanted to hear the Streetfighter, so I told him I'd start it up for him. See if it's in neutral. It is. Check this thing out. It's a mean beast. It's a mean beast. All right, folks, here are the painted parts. Look how incredible that looks. The blue next to the carbon. There's the fin piece. This is the bottom piece right here. Look, he even did the freaking shock, or the spring rather. And then there's the subframe. It looks so freaking awesome, guys. I'm so stoked. And it's so close, the color to the wheels. I mean, it's like almost dead on, so it's gonna just, oh my god, it's gonna be incredible. So that'll be coming in the next episodes, hopefully later this week. Oh, I'm so stoked. Alex, you absolutely crushed it. Thank you so much. I'll put his info in the description below. If you're in Southern California and want paint work done, hit him up. Okay, now we can put the calipers on, and then we can attach them, and I think that's probably where we're gonna stop for today, because we've been at this for a little while. And then next episode, what we'll do is we'll finish putting the brakes together. We'll put the fluid in, bleed them, and then we'll start on the rear shock on the spring and the rear subframe, which will be freaking so sick, because then we'll start to see the paint scheme coming together, and that's when I'm gonna get really excited. All right, boys, time to get out of here. Turn this bad boy back on, fire it up. Oh god, yes. Oh my god! I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Don't forget, if you want to be entered to win the Carbon S1000RR or this brand new 2020 Streetfighter V4S, check out the Patreon page. It's always the first link in the description below. If you like what we're doing here, give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Oh god. Doesn't get any better.